Hello everyone, Pastor Keion Henderson finally accepting all the rumors has sent shockwaves across both the church community and the online world where his name often trends, because for years he has been the subject of whispers, speculations, and countless online debates about his ministry, his marriage, his divorce from his first wife, his remarriage to gospel star Shawnee O'Neal, his rapid rise in influence, and even the way he has built one of the most recognizable ministries in America with the Lighthouse Church of Houston, all while navigating the type of celebrity status most pastors never experience. For so long, Pastor Keion tried to avoid addressing every single rumor, whether it was about money, fame, the blending of ministry with entertainment, or whether his relationships were as perfect as they looked on Instagram. But silence only gave fuel to critics who insisted there was more behind the polished image. Now, with him finally stepping forward to accept that the rumors exist and acknowledging the truth behind them, the conversation has shifted dramatically because instead of deflecting, he leaned into transparency, admitting that yes, he has faced struggles in his personal life, yes, his first marriage ended in pain, yes, the scrutiny over his relationship with Shawnee has been intense, and yes, he has sometimes made decisions that opened him up to criticism. But none of this disqualifies him from ministry or from being a human being on a journey of faith. He confessed that holding back only created more distance between him and the people who look up to him, and that accepting the rumors, whether exaggerated, misinterpreted, or rooted in truth, was a way of breaking the cycle of secrecy that often destroys leaders when they allow shame to control the narrative. This candidness has both stunned and inspired his supporters because it reframes the narrative around a man who has often been portrayed as larger than life, bringing him back down to earth as someone who knows what it is to fail, to rebuild, to be judged, and to persevere in spite of it all. For 30 to 40 minutes, we can trace Pastor Keion's story, from his humble beginnings and early ministry, to the founding of the Lighthouse Church, to his first marriage and the lessons he learned in its breakdown, to his eventual remarriage to Shawnee and how their blended family became both a source of joy and public attention, and how all of this fed the rumor mill that followed him. We can analyze how his acknowledgement of these rumors is not only a personal release, but also a lesson for the modern church about authenticity, vulnerability, and what it means for a leader to live openly in a digital age where everything is scrutinized. His honesty forces a discussion about the intersection of faith, fame, and humanity, about how pastors are often placed on pedestals they never asked for, and about how accepting rumors, rather than denying them, might actually create deeper trust with a congregation that longs for leaders who are real, not perfect. By finally accepting all the rumors, Pastor Keion has not only silenced some of his critics, but also strengthened his connection with the countless people who follow him, because they now see him as someone who has nothing left to hide, someone who can minister from a place of truth, and someone who proves that grace is not about perfection, but about surviving the storm and standing firm in the calling even when the world is watching. Keion Henderson does not have a comprehensive Wikipedia page, but is described as an American pastor, author, and entrepreneur, best known as the founder and senior pastor of the Lighthouse Church in Houston, Texas, which he started in 2009. He is also recognized for his best-selling book, The Shift, his work as a philanthropist through his foundation, and his marriage to Shawnee O'Neal. Thanks for watching.